Hello and welcome back to another legendary episode of Speculation Alley. It's your boy A-Bomb here, and with me, as usual, of course, is my brother from another mother, longtime friend, Crypto Dilly. What's up, my man?
What is going on, dude? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm super excited for this video. Why don't you break it down and just crack this bucket of worms open for everyone?
Yeah, so today this video is all about Kagamis, the ins and outs of the Kagami token. It has been probably one of the most divisive topics, like literally that has been talked about, and there's two sides of the coin. So hopefully we can just talk about the information, build out the timeline, and give everybody the information that they need to make decisions moving forward. So honestly, what's really fascinating about the Kagami is it actually started, like the first time anybody saw a Kagami was in December of 2021 at the NFT event in LA, where we saw like these Kagamis in a case, and they actually had like these staked tools, which was like a foreshadow to their first tweet that we actually got released that shows the actual like staked Kagamis, right? So in a cabinet on January 6, 2022, and we see what looks like Kagamis right here, right? So this is the first time that we see the Kagami, and a lot of people, I mean, we don't reference that as the Kagami. We didn't know what it was, but then we see on January 20th, Wagmi-san looking into a Kagami right next to the portal. So these are like the first points of interest for the Kagami. And then obviously on January 20th, we get the video of the Kagamis flashing lights and the very same like context and cut scenes as what we see later for the comfy hoodie tokens. Again, on February 11th, we see a Kagami as a staked tool, right? So this is the fourth time that we see Kagamis. We don't know much about Kagamis at this point in time. We don't know that we're going to get physicals. A lot of people deduce that based off that, video of them physically with the lights flashing, that we are going to get Kagamis. But the next time that we see the Kagami is actually on May 5th of 2022. And it's after like some damage has been done, and we see Wagmi-san like looking under the eyeglass, like fixing a Kagami, right? So we're getting a drip campaign of Kagamis. And then on May 5th, 2022, we see another video of the physical Kagamis, and it says Genesis collection of 893. And it says Genesis, which is super important in my opinion as far as the way that things are. And then 893 is the first indicator of the supply that's going to be released for the actual Kagamis themselves. So the next reference to Kagamis is actually during the Beeple Crazy Carl space, when A-Bomb and Modest actually get kidnapped by Figgy, and he takes them to the warehouse, and we see these boxes with the flashlight where they're showing the mech, and it says mirror on the actual like crates. So we now we can deduce from that information that they're packaging them and they're getting them prepped for shipment by that information. And that was right before the like Battletown battle with the kaiju and everything had actually happened. Later on October 6th is the next reference that we get. Actually, on October 6th, we see Wind Moon with the mirror boxes, and it says the kaiju attack interrupted our shipment. It is time we get started shipping these items out, right? And then we get a picture of the physical Kagami. Absolutely beautiful. Like, these things are going to be sick, right? But we get a series of tweets of these physical Kagamis, and then we get more information. And October 6th is when we actually find out we have the unredeemed Kagami token and then the Kagami dynamic art token through these tweets. So the unredeemed looks just like this, and then we have the redeemed that actually looks like this, and it's dynamic art up at the top. Now, we also see more of the Kagami referenced with when Boss Toads is actually playing with his paper mache, cutouts. And then we see the Kagami on October 13th with the cardboard cutout again. On October 20th, we see Kagami Redemption begins. And so we're able to redeem from October 21st through October 31st. So 10 days to actually redeem these bad boys. And then it actually goes live on October 21st. We get this image here. And then the redemption, you're able to see the boxing of what these are going to look like. So November 2nd, 2022, we're getting these like videos of the actual packaging, which looks absolutely beautiful as well. And then on November 3rd, this is where a lot of speculation and a lot of stuff like really started to stir up. So we get this picture of Kagami right here next to the 10 KTF Collection 1 and 10 KTF Combat Gear Collection. So this stirs up the like idea that because they're blue, even the Gucci Grail, that you'll be able to use Kagamis within Battletown, right? And this is where that speculation all started to stem from. Later, we get obviously a little bit more after everything where Wagmi-san disappears and everything has happened. We finally get a final video of the Kagamis on December 29th. And this video shows all of the actual physical Kagamis, like right there on the floor. Absolutely insane how many it looks like there is in this video. Honestly, I don't know how they filmed this. That's the other thing. But regardless, they're shipping them out. And so right now we're at this point where a lot of people are speculating a lot of different things. And that is literally the timeline of events that has happened from inception when we first saw them in real life at NFT LA. We saw them again at NFT NYC, which I left out. That was at the back, part of the walkway when you enter into New Tokyo. But you also have like all these different, flashes of video, different things. And it looks like a Kagami is a physical token. But what's really interesting is this dynamic NFT art side of things. And so what I want you to do is just dive into the FAQ real quick.
Yeah, please. So first at the very top, we start off at 10ktf.shop, and you have a bunch of different, headers here. What is 10ktf? What is a Kagami? All this good stuff. So we're going to go into essentially a Kagami and all that. So here we are. It says Kagami token sale and physical redemption, yada, yada, yada. So here within Kagami, it says, what is a Kagami? A Kagami memorializes, sorry, I used to stutter as a young infant, everybody. A Kagami memorializes the first year of 10KTF's story in spaces, both digital and physical. Only 893 ERC 721 Kagami tokens exist. They must be redeemed for personalized art, which is accompanied by physical Kagamis, reflective LED art pieces featuring 10KTF artwork and 10KTF supported avatar or Gucci Grail from your wallet. So essentially just giving a breakdown of the logistics of what it is, what blockchain it exists on, and yada, yada, yada. Now we go to the next piece, and what happens when my Kagami token is burned and replaced. At the time of redemption, the Kagami token will be burned. The appearance will be updated to reflect that it has been redeemed. That is the difference between the two you saw with Wagmi-san under the eyeglass and the one where he's standing there and you have the, whatever drapes from his shop behind him. The NFT remains in this transitional state while final personalized artwork is updated to the physical Kagami. Now, we as OGs, and if you've been following along with this, know that that's essentially going to be your PFP that you submitted with the Kagami. So when you get it, we saw when Dilly was showcasing some of the team's most recent tweets with the Kagamis, they have their personalized PFP, whether it's an avatar from one of the collections in the 10KTF ecosystem or a Gucci Grail. Moving on, we get, how can I get a physical Kagami art, please? Well, physical Kagamis are only available by redeeming an ERC 721 Kagami token and owning a 10KTF supported PFP. Once redeemed, the PFP token will be burned and replaced with a personalized NFT. This token also grants the redeemer a complimentary physical LED art piece. So this is where it gets a little interesting. Delivery information for the physical component will be taken at the time of redemption. Allow list for Kagami tokens was conducted through a pre-mint allow list and waitlist registration. Through pre-mint registration, all that good stuff. We're not going to get into all the allow list and how that took place. We're going to go straight to what happens now if I don't redeem my Kagami token. This is where it's been getting real, muddy in the sense of the community. And do the redeemed ones have any value? Do the unredeemed ones have any value? What are they? Any Kagami token not redeemed by November 4th, 2022 at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time will no longer be valid to redeem. So the comparison I'll make with this is the Gucci Grail. We had the Gucci Pass token, which then you could pair with the PFP that you wanted. We had to wait and have the art or the threads or the style, whether you wanted the Love Parade or the Equestrian, it had to be rendered onto the PFP. That is where we sort of are at with these items. You can no longer redeem these because you didn't do that at November 4th. We're past that date. So what are the drop mechanics now? The 893 wallet address assigned by Premint will be eligible to purchase a Kagami token. Each wallet may only purchase one Kagami token. Sales schedule is outlined below. So we're already past this. We understand if you were on the allow list, you were able to purchase the Kagami token, and then you were able to essentially redeem it and submit your Gucci Grail or PFP with that. So we don't really need to go through the how do I redeem my Kagami token for a physical Kagami. So we're just pretty much run it up with the quick breakdown is to redeem your Kagami token, you needed to return to the 10KTF.shop and connect your wallet. During redemption, you must select the 10KTF supported PFP or Gucci Grail from your wallet to personalize the NFT and physical Kagami. Now, this is important because if you did not do this, it's not going to be a dynamic NFT. It's not going to have your PFP on there. Just be aware. If you're purchasing a red Kagami where Wagmi-san is standing and he has the shop, drapes behind him, that one has the PFP accompanied to it. So that would be a dynamic Kagami NFT. So let's go to the next one. What happens when my Kagami token is burned and replaced? At the time of redemption, the Kagami token will be burned. The appearance will update to reflect that it has been redeemed. The NFT remains in this transitional state while final personalized artwork is updated to the physical Kagami. Now we're closing in on this. What is on the NFT and physical Kagami art piece? The Kagami will contain looping video of the official 10KTF artwork commemorating the first season. You must also include a 10KTF supported PFP or Gucci Grail to personalize your artwork. These details will be collected at the time of redemption. So I think that's pretty much it. We have the last piece, which is when will I receive my Kagami? We're waiting on them right now. It says, please expect your item to arrive by January 2023, which we are in January 2023, which is why this big ass smile is growing on my face. Now that we went through all that fun stuff, Dilly, let's get into the
yeah. So I mean,
of it.
obviously, like FAQs are boring, right? But we have to throw it out. Yeah. That's why I gave it the A-bomb. But what has been really interesting is a lot of people still have some confusion about what is unredeemed, like why is the redeemed there, blah blah blah, right? Well, I went into Discord. We've asked questions, right? Unredeemed. So first one that I sent out was, so no value. And she said, Bam Bam says, we told you guys to claim that shiz. And then there's also like Figgy right here saying, Figgy, give us some Kagami Alpha. And he says, it's art. We have right here, Degen Figgy right here saying, becoming the robot, more like the inner workings of a Kagami, which is a very interesting piece right there because that alludes to some speculation in itself, right? So leaving these ones off the table, if we go even further and add in shopkeeper's comments, which is unredeemed Kagami is like unredeemed Gucci Mint Pass, which is what you said previously, right? And then we have, Bam Bam saying we told you guys to claim that shiz. And then we have So shopkeepers, unredeemed Kagamis have value or are useless. No one knows, and people are buying unredeemed ones. Please help. She says, what is value? Art is valuable to me. Memories are even more so. And then we have this other long thread of Bam Bam literally talking about, what is value? Art is valuable to me. People have constantly been asking about the Kagami itself, and they repeatedly have actually said that it's art. Now, with that being said, that's where speculation is very interesting, because a lot of these unredeemed tokens, my thought was this happened at the same burn mechanic time as the comfy hoodie tokens, right? And what happened with the comfy hoodie token is you take it in, you burn it, and then it's poof, it's gone. With this, we get a redeemed dynamic NFT, which means that dynamic is ever changing. It means that it could change over time, right? So there's some speculation specifically about redeemed. However, the big thing that is really interesting to me is that the unredeemed Kagamis are still there and people are purchasing them like crazy because they're a part of the same collection. I feel like 10KTF, had they not wanted unredeemed tokens to have any value, they would just burn those and create a new collection, right? But that wouldn't keep it at 893 supply. So if I'm going to speculate, I'm going to say one big thing is I think that unredeemed tokens, it's in the best interest of the team to give them future value moving forward in some type of way. And maybe that wasn't the original plan. But I do think that redeemed Kagamis, because it hasn't been outright said, could have some future utility. And one of the big things is obviously right out of the gate, the utility that we did get is that all OGs and Kagami holders got a comfy hoodie token for free, right? So we got a physical. So in the first days of the Kagami actually being released and redeeming it, the idea was that the redeemed Kagami would give you future drops for merch, right? Or physical items. Now there's been a lot more speculation that's come out, and a lot of the speculation is surrounding it being a portal, allowing you to play, the game on the other side. There's a lot of different theories that are out there right now. I mean, what are some of the theories that you have or some focal points that you've basically heard about?
I mean, we've heard it all, man. Kagamis have been just beaten to death with speculation, I feel like. Literally, we have everything from, portals to maybe it being some sort of tool that could, maybe it's a multiplier for a tool. We've seen IRL at multiple different locations of 10KTF parties, mainly the tools on the Kagamis, just spinning as they do. We haven't seen any PFPs on them IRL. However, through the team's tweets and Wagmi-san's tweets, we see PFPs on there. So it's just all up in the air, really, man. It's is it art? Is it going to be used for in Battletown in some way, shape, or form as maybe a additive to your loadout? Is it going to be its own loadout? Is it going to be sort of like the Rick and Morty mechanic or the Marty McFly with the DeLorean mechanic where Rick has his portal gun, Marty has the DeLorean, so therefore they're able to travel through different timelines as such. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Hold on. The one thing I want to say is what Brenswaw brought up recently, which was due to the fact that we have this recent update from the 10KTF electric company, right? Which we also saw the team wearing at NFT NYC this last year. And that just came to fruition that we see now in the storyline of 10KTF, the new Tokyo Electric Company. So one thing Brenswaw said, which was very interesting to me, which was due to the fact that we are going to be getting these items very soon, and all of us are going to be turning them on in our homes, and this term that's been thrown around, activation, right? We saw the Puma 10KTF activation, the Yuga Labs activate, all these activations, right? So Brenswaw was saying, what if when we turn on the Kagamis in our home, it's almost like this power port, almost as if we've set up a power grid now because you and I aren't in the same state, but we're both going to get Kagamis. What if these are power outlets, almost core pillars of a greater power grid that exist throughout the Kagami? So I thought that was interesting. I don't know. It could be that. It could be nothing. It could be a rug, baby. Like, I don't know. But the biggest thing I think we need to hit on really is whether or not a redeemed Kagami has equal value to an unredeemed Kagami.
I'm
What are
gonna
your
go
thoughts?
out and say no.
Yeah,
But
no.
based on the factual information that's out there, what we know is that it's a physical Kagami that we were able to redeem. And once we actually receive it at our homes, what the physical Kagami will display is a commemorative outline of season 1 with customized art of the PFP that you actually input into the system, right? So that is what we can guarantee that people will receive. Now, on the flip side of that, unredeemed Kagamis, they're still being sold, and they're being sold for really high prices, like 3 to 4 ETH, which is crazy, right? Especially after the team has said in Discord multiple times that unredeemed, they are like the Gucci Mint Pass, which doesn't yield any future utility. However, one thing that is interesting though is that I do feel like 10KTF is really good about making sure people are right, but I mean, people that purchased the Gucci Mint Pass after the fact, I don't think that they got anything later on either, right? So there's a lot of different things. Hell, I mean, the comfy tokens are still sellable on OpenSea, and they're at 0.18 ETH, right? And if you didn't redeem it in that time span, you don't get a comfy hoodie, right? So that the biggest thing that I think is a miss, though, is, with 10KTF is, if they were wanting to do this, they should have burned the token and then had it burn into a separate collection. That way people weren't buying these unredeemed ones. And because of that fact, where there's redeemed and unredeemed within the same collection, I mean, I kind of lean on the side of the speculators. I hope that there's future utility for these unredeemed and they have equal value to the redeemed. So that way the 893 supply can stay there, because we have that original video that says Genesis edition of 893, right? And we have the arcade machine in the right-hand corner of the shop that has 893 on it too, which, created a lot of speculation about it being a game, right? And allowing you access to that game, whether that's an arcade game or the other side, right? So at the end of the day, I mean, we could beat this topic to a pulp, and I think it has been. And I think there's lines in the sand of where people want things to end up. But really, we don't know what's going to happen. I'm just excited to get my physical Kagami because, in my opinion, that is the best digital display I have seen on the market, period. And I think that there's going to be future editions of this as well. As 10KTF grows, as Yuga grows, I think there's a lot of future potential for everything, right? So, I think that pretty much wraps up the Kagami topic.
It does. I mean, it'll never be wrapped up, right? Until we get some definitive answers. It'll never be actually wrapped. Even after we get definitive answers, people still oh, bro, I feel like it's a portal still. And it's it's not a portal. It's a portal potentially. But yeah, I agree. I think that people need to be very careful. I think that one of the biggest things that I like that we try to do, I don't think we always do it, but we try to do, is bring factual information. And I think you do that really well. Again, looping us back to that point is look at the facts, look at what the team has said. Be aware that yes, there's movement on the market, but really, does that dictate that it's going to have utility? No. So just be aware of that.
Speculate though,
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but we're just a bunch of degenerates.
Know that you could very well get burned, right?
Yeah. And we all have been. So just know that as well. So I think that was a great video. I hope that it gained some sort of, influence in the sense of, helping somebody at least and giving them an idea of which way to go. If not, sorry, let us know that in the comments so that we know, hey, we need to give more of this or more of this in the future. But yeah, I think, soon we will be able to tell what these Kagamis do, and we'll be like, oh, it's art, and then they're just going to have a whole bunch of photos of people looking at their Kagamis. It's going to be like a profile photo of me just looking into a Kagami. That's the utility. That's it.
Well, that's it for this video today, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. We do a new video every single Wednesday. I actually posted a video on Monday this week of who is Lasco. I think it's Elon Musk. Who knows? Maybe it's Banksy. We'll see. Dig into the details. Go check out that video. Drop a comment below what you guys thought of this video, whether you're Kagami Maxi or maybe you just hate Kagamis. I don't know. But leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. We do a new video every week, so turn on the bell for notifications. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you in the next video. We'll see you next time. Peace.